From the University of Kansas, you're watching KUJH News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alex McClune. A suspicious package was found at the west entrance of the old courthouse on Massachusetts Street this morning. Death before dishonor was written in black on the stairs leading to the box. It turns out the cardboard box contained a stack of magazines. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office carried out a 4-hour investigation, closing off the surrounding streets and evacuating several businesses. The Olathe Bomb Squad was also called in to help investigate. The Sheriff's Office believes there is no connection between the box found on the steps and the writing.
No, we don't believe that this is a serious threat. We believe that, the box is just what it is. It's a box of magazines. And as far as the writing itself, we're not looking at that as any sort of threat.
The courthouse wasn't the only building affected by the bomb threat. Local businesses also evacuated buildings. Administrators at Shelter Incorporated was out of service for over 2 hours.
We were told we couldn't be in the building, so I came up and got our administrative assistant who was already here, and we all left and called all of our staff and told them to stay away until we got the all clear.
All businesses on the block of 11th Street in Massachusetts have been cleared to resume operations. While Washington, D.C. saw thousands of demonstrators for the Women's March, other cities across the country also drew large crowds. One KU student traveled to Topeka to join the march and was determined to be heard.
And I just wanted my voice to be heard and a voice of a bunch of other women and people who support women's rights and support reproductive rights. I felt that I accomplished a lot. I stood up against sexism. I wanted to make my woman voice heard because sometimes it's so often overlooked and like a sea of men voices.
Topeka's march drew between 3,000 and 4,000 people. For many, a new year means change, and KU is hoping to do just that. Construction on KU's Central District project continued over the break. The only building completed so far is a new parking garage. The next buildings to be completed are a new residence hall, a new dining hall, an apartment building. The final stage of the large-scale project is the completion of the integrated science building and a new student union. The size of the Central District project is unlike any other that KU has seen.
Pretty much by all metrics, it's the largest project we've ever done. First, the dollar figure, $350 million. That's, that far exceeds anything we've done in the past. The size of the project, 6 buildings, over 40 acres. Again, we've never done that. We've never done that in the past.
The Central District project is expected to be completed by fall of 2018. The Ambler Student Recreation Center is in its busiest season of the year. Staff members say New Year's resolutions cause a major influx of students looking to work out during the first months of the year. The rec's busiest time is around 3 p.m. and free parking is allowed in the yellow lot as it begins at 4 p.m. Student staff members are trained to prepare for certain busy times and to stress the safety of students working out at the gym.
Generally, we don't have a lot of extra staff. We have people called rovers, and they come in during like the heavy shifts, and they'll just walk around and maintain and make sure that everybody's safe and that everything's going smoothly. And then we have something set up at the front desk that's another computer so that somebody can check in 2 people at one time so that the line can go through quicker so that we can accommodate everybody well.
The Student Rec Center is now open for its normal hours throughout the rest of the semester. Coming up next on KUJH News, more on Mike Pompeo, and stick around for the impact on the storms that had an impact in the southeast. Stay with us.
We connected so fast when we first met. I think that our relationship will last for a lifetime.
Being a role model for someone, being there for someone, there's nothing I can compare it to. She has uncles up in Minnesota that treat me like I'm their own now.
I feel like she's actually my big sister in a way.
It's been one of the best decisions I think I've ever made.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling. Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes.
But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. The doctor stopped by and said, well, it is leukemia. And then the next thing she said, without even missing a beat, was, and here's what we're going to do. We are so blessed and lucky to say that she is extremely healthy. I could not be more grateful for groups like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It was that research that let that doctor say, it's leukemia, and here's what we're going to do.
The vote to confirm Mike Pompeo as CIA director is set for this evening at 6 o'clock. Pompeo is a fourth-term congressman from the 4th District of Kansas. He has been a controversial pick as head of the CIA due to his record of support of mass surveillance of Americans and his beliefs in certain torture practices, such as waterboarding. 19 people are dead after severe storms swept through the southeast this weekend. The damage was worst in Georgia, with homes, roads, and buildings destroyed. The U.S. Weather Service reported 47 tornadoes in the south as of this morning, as well as floods and winds up to 40 miles an hour. The West Coast has also experienced severe weather with powerful storms and heavy flooding, devastating communities. And a look at local weather with Jacob Asherman.
Yeah, tornadoes in January, guys. And you guys say Kansas weather is crazy. Man, it's pretty crazy. But there's ever weather more fitting for a Monday. Gosh, it had to have been this morning. It was cold, it was gloomy, and it was just overall a blah start to your week. Fortunately for us, that sun has started to peek out. And with that, you're going to clear skies have started to make their way into our area. Tuesday, expecting temperatures to warm up before as quickly as things begin to warm up, they begin to cool back down. First, look at your almanac for today. See our temperatures right around the mark for this time of year. 41 degrees are high, so really pretty much about average. Our low is a little bit warmer than average, 35 degrees. I'm sure you guys are certainly happy that we're not quite hitting our average of 18 degrees. And you see with that rain we've had over the last couple of days, we're almost making our way to 2 inches of rain. Right now, 41 degrees. It has warmed up a little bit since that fog has burned out. There are a few clouds outside with a light east wind, but overall it feels pretty good outside. But tomorrow, things really do begin to warm up. Starting your day off at 9 a.m., 40 degrees, sunny skies. Man, those winds really going to be gusting all day tomorrow, 15 miles an hour at 9 a.m., and they only continue to keep going throughout the day. By noon, 50 degrees, and at 3 o'clock, skies warm up to 59 degrees. For rounding your day off tomorrow, 7 p.m. with 50 degrees. Well, as quickly as those warm temperatures make their way into our area, just like that, they're gone. Wednesday, 37 degrees, mostly cloudy skies before things stay fairly constant. We're ending our week with a cool stretch, 38 degrees on Thursday, 42 on Friday, guys.
Thanks, Jacob. Sam Davis joins us with Sports Now. And Sam, unfortunate news for Royals fans who woke up to tragic news this weekend.
Yeah, no way to start a week at all. I, like many Royals fans, woke up 10:30 in the morning on Sunday. The news was still a little bit unconfirmed, but just a few minutes later by 11 a.m. we knew of the unfortunate news. But coming up next in sports, we'll have more on the death of Yordano Ventura, plus the men's basketball team picked up its 18th straight win against Texas on Saturday, but now they must look ahead to a tough road trip that includes 2 top 20 matchups. Stay with us.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa, master!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Royals fans are in mourning following the sudden death of 25-year-old pitcher Yordano Ventura. The young star was the victim of a fatal car crash in the Dominican Republic Sunday morning. The unfortunate news came just hours within the death of former Dominican infielder Andy Marte, who was killed in a separate car accident also in the Dominican Republic that same night. Royals players and fans participated in a vigil outside of Kauffman Stadium last night, where a small memorial has been established following the tragic news. You can still call them the #2 Kansas Jayhawks for the second straight week. The Villanova Wildcats land at #1 just ahead of Kansas. Also, the Jayhawks picked up their 18th straight victory over the weekend, topping Shaka Smart and the Texas Longhorns 79-67. Kansas was led by junior point guard Devontae Graham, who contributed 18 points in addition to 5 assists and 5 rebounds. The victory didn't come without struggle. Texas forward Jared Allen brought in 22 points and collected 19 rebounds on the day as he worked against a Kansas front court lacking depth. Kansas head coach Bill Self was pleased with the performance but seemed more concerned with the week ahead.
But you're looking at West Virginia, Kentucky, Baylor, Iowa State, at K-State. So those are all games that are obviously winnable and losable games.
Up next, the Kansas Jayhawks will travel to Morgantown to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers, where they haven't left victoriously since 2013. The Kansas women's basketball team appeared to be on its way to what would have been their first regular season conference win since March of 2015. However, a one-possession game quickly became a comfortable lead for TCU as the Horned Frogs put up 25 points in the third quarter en route to an 83-68 victory. The Jayhawks road trip continues as they head to Stillwater, where they'll face the Oklahoma State Cowgirls on Wednesday night. Kansas tennis broke in the new Jayhawk Tennis Center this past weekend with a 6-1 win over St. Louis University. It was the sophomores who led the way and shined in their matches against the Billikens as Janet Koch and Anastasia Rychagova picked up key doubles victories. Kansas tennis will now travel to Nashville, Tennessee, where they will compete in a tournament with Vanderbilt, Clemson, and Virginia Tech. So big win for Kansas tennis in the brand new facilities.
Yeah, great way to start out the new year. New
Absolutely.
facilities, breaking them in. They look great, by the way. It's concrete surface.
It's right out there at Rock Chalk Park. It's really turning into something.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see the tennis competing in that facility for the rest of the way. As for us, we will wrap things up there. Thank you for joining us in this edition of KUJH News. We'll see you back here next week.
From the University of Kansas, you're watching KUJH News.